Right now, I am sharing a video from one of my private coaching students. This is extremely unique. It's essentially a student who is on one of the final stages of their interview process. They're about to meet in person with the CEO. But before that, the company has asked him to essentially fill out an assignment to show that he could do the job well. I'm actually going to do this assignment and walk my student through it as well as you on YouTube. So if you are someone who is looking to get into a business development role, definitely pay attention to this. This will help you out in your interviews. If you're already a business development rep, also pay attention because I show you exactly how I prospect, what type of emails I'm going to send out, and all of that stuff in this video. This is help for one of my students. So if you ever are looking for personalized help like this to help you get a job, because odds are if you have someone that is an industry expert and knows what they're doing and they're over your shoulder helping you apply to these companies and do assignments like this, then you're going to have a lot of luck. So absolutely pay attention to this. I'm going to dig right into it. I've done no preparation for this besides look over the instructions. So we're going to go through this all through scratch. So let's go ahead and dig in. I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller. All right, so let's go into the instructions. Okay, so the task is research a company that fits their ICP, find someone at that company to contact. So we're going to prospect that person. We're going to send them 2 to 3 emails, write the emails into Google Docs. We're going to have all of that written in here. And then we're also going to go over how we would cold call them. So this is the type of titles that we're going after: CIO, VP of IT operations, director of IT, director of end user computing. These are who we can go after. The company size is companies from 100 to 5,000 employees, at least 100 remote workers. This is a unique requirement here. So at least 100 remote workers. Company type. So these are basically all the industries that this company goes after, and we're open to, we can just find someone within this industry. If you are a business development rep, I'm going to show you how I open up SalesNav and find new companies within industries. And then these are the problems that they're facing. So this is where we're going to hit on one in our email. I haven't put any thought into this yet, so I'm going to literally just throw it out there on a Google Doc. You're going to go through how my mind works and how I think about things, and then how I would cold call these people. So let's go ahead and dig into it. We're going to go after, since we're always talking about software sales and people are always curious, well, what kind of software companies are there that you can work for? I'll look for software development companies. So that's going to be the first thing. We're looking for software development companies with 100 to 5,000 employees. So this is actually really simple and easy to find. You're just going to go to Sales Navigator. It's really easy. You can type in LinkedIn Sales Navigator, create an account. I don't remember if it's paid or not. If it is paid, your company pays for it. And if you need it for some reason before working for a company, you can also always get a free trial, or you can pay for it as well. So we've got Sales Navigator set up, and we're going to go into the account view. So this is how we're finding new accounts to go after. And we're going to go to industry. And remember, we are looking for software development. And then as far as employees, I believe it was, let's see, for the number of employees, we're looking for 100 to 5,000 employees. There's a big difference between 100 and 5,000. So we're going to actually go for somewhere on the higher range, maybe 500 to 5,000 or 1,000 to 5,000. So to do that, we're going to go to company headcount, and we're going to go 501 to 1,000. Let me make sure that fits the requirement. So we can go all the way up to 5,000. So yeah, we're going to go 500 to 1,000. And you can also do headcount growth. So what this would be is, if you're looking for a company, this would help my student who's going through this. This is going to help them basically prove to their company, hey, I'm able to find really good leads. So we're going to look for a company that has a growing headcount. What this means is they're hiring more people. The key indicator that someone is making a lot of money is usually if they're hiring more people. So companies who hire more people are usually looking to spend money. So we're going to look for companies that have had a headcount growth for, let's see if there's any with 30% headcount growth. And there are. So we see one right here. It's called Docker. They've got 929 employees. It's the very first one. We will go for that. So let's look at it. So I'm going to open it up in this tab. And we can see right here, this is how they make money. Docker is a software company that provides tools and platforms for building, deploying, and managing applications using containers. They make money by selling subscriptions to their enterprise products, such as Docker Enterprise Platform, Docker Hub, and Docker Desktop. So that's important. So this is what they're selling. This is how they make money. Their target market is developers, IT professionals, and organizations that need to run applications across multiple environments and platforms. Okay, so now that we have this, so Docker is who we're going after. We are going to do, this is how I find companies and their essentially growth. Let's see. All right, so this is how we're going to find companies and their growth on LinkedIn. So I'm going to type in Docker and LinkedIn. From there, we can click on their LinkedIn, and it's right here. From here, we're going to be able to open up and see all of their employees. And so we can also get some insights like looks like they might have previously gotten some funding. I'm going to look into that. It's not always accurate. And there's just other stuff about the account, but that doesn't really matter right now. We're just looking for employees. This is who we're actually going to send this stuff to. So we're going to do search with Sales Navigator. And these are going to be the people that we are going after. We are going after the CIO, VP of IT, Director of IT, or someone in this. So these are who we can go after. I always recommend start as high as you can. So start CIO, we're going C-level, and we're going VP, then there's director under that. You always want to start off high. The reason for that is because if you can book a meeting with a more high up or tenured employee, helps your account executive out a ton. It makes you look better to your company. And you're booking meetings with people who can actually get stuff done and drive this sale within the company. If you're speaking to a lower level manager, they don't have a lot of pull. Meanwhile, a VP of IT would have a lot of pull. So we're going to start off high. We're going to see if they have a CIO. Some companies don't. If they don't, they should have a VP of IT operations. So let's see. So we're in Docker on LinkedIn, and we're going to go, let's see, we're going to type in CIO. And it looks like we've got a guy right here. It's a bit of a funny name, but his name is Glizzy Glockens. Let's see. Let's see if this is legit. Let me pause this. All right, so I'll just be real. I don't know if this is a real person. You never run into this. Like when I'm prospecting accounts, I never run into this. I just don't know if this is a real person based on that name. They don't have a LinkedIn profile. So I'm going to skip this person, and we're going to see if they have a VP IT. Okay, so we're looking for these titles right now. I don't see a VP of IT. What other titles can we go after? So we can go Director of IT. So let's see if they have a Director of IT. Here we go. So this is someone we could go after right here. We can see their title, Director of Information Technology. They've been there for 1 year and 8 months. So we'll click on him. This is Jeffrey. This is the guy that we're going to go after. So let's look and see. He's got a really cool history. He's worked at Snapchat. He's worked at Netflix, Tinder, Twitter. So he's been all over the place, and that's really cool. That's stuff that we can use in our outreach because he has really cool companies that he's worked for. So here we know we're going to go after Jeffrey, and we're going to do one more thing because this company had an interesting requirement. It said at least 100 remote workers. So we're going to make sure that this company is actually hiring for remote work. And how we're going to do that is the reason I chose this company specifically is because it shows that they are actively hiring people. So I'm going to go to jobs, and it should have their job posts on here. And so we're going to be able to look on here and make sure that this is actually remote. So as we can see here, Docker is a remote first company with employees across Europe, blah, 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 blah. So this is perfect. So this is a really good company to go after. And I would, if I was the business development rep who's doing this assignment, I would say, I would explain, this is how I found this company. This is how I know that our product works for them. Obviously, we sell to remote companies and remote employees. This is a remote first company. The amount of employees is perfect. So we've got all of that down right there. We know our criteria for the account is perfect. So here we go. So account name. We've got Docker, and then the lead that we're going after is, where is he? Is Jeffrey S. Here we go. And I'm going to just link his LinkedIn right in there. So this is who we're going after. So we've got most of the requirement done already. We've essentially done the hard part. We're going to go after him. And what else do we have to do? So we've done this. We've got the company size. We've got the director of IT. We're good here. Software development. So that's good. So these are the problems that the customer may be trying to solve. So let's see if I can copy and paste all of these. The problem that your company solves is like what that's their pain point. That's what you're going after in your email, in your cold call. My motto is people will run away from pain quicker than they'll run to satisfaction. So it's great to say, hey, we can help you do this. We can help you do that. We can help you do that. But the bigger thing is, hey, I know you're struggling with this and I know you want to get away from it. Here is what we do. So these are the pain points. So honestly, these aren't really pain points. This is just kind of what they're trying to do. I don't know why the company said that these are the pain points. So if I was the BDR who's applying here, I would say, first thing, what I wanted to point out, I wouldn't really say these are pain points. I just want to be transparent. I would really say that it's just what they're trying to achieve. So they're trying to reduce costs. So their pain point would be their costs are high. They're trying to scale rapidly, so their pain point could be they're not efficient. There's a bottleneck that's preventing them from scaling. Eliminate VDI, I don't know what that is. Gain happier employees, so their issue could be employees are leaving. They have a lot of unhappy employees. The culture is bad. And then protect data. Maybe that's a fear of theirs. Maybe that's not something they're struggling with, but it's just a goal of theirs. They want to make sure that they're targeting companies who we're looking, simply put, who are looking to protect data, who have to safeguard data, who can't have everything out there. So these aren't necessarily the pain points. I would say these are the goals, and what I just listed are the pain points. So that's kind of what we're going to go after. And let's see. Let's read this again. We have to find a person within that company, write a series of 2 to 3 emails to that person with the goal of booking a discovery call. And let's do that. So we've got Jeffrey here. He's a director of IT. And our company, and again, I have not looked at the company. I have the company private on here so that out of respect for my student. So I haven't looked into the company's little value statement or anything like that. So this email will in nature be a little bit more generic. But I know that these are the problems that they're trying to solve. I know that these are their goals. So because of that, I'm guessing the company that I'm writing this email for, this is what they do. So they help reduce costs, they help scale rapidly, they help you gain happier employees and protect data. So first things first, we're going to have to do 3 emails. So we're going to have our initial email. We'll do email 1, email 2, and email 3. All right. From there, we got to have a subject line. For a subject line, I always recommend including the person's name. That does a few things. One, if you're sending an email to a lot of people at one company, it doesn't hit their spam filter because dynamically going to every person's name individually. It doesn't look like it's the same subject line. And also, people respond to their names are more likely to actually look at it if they see their name. So his name is Jeffrey. So we're going to put Jeffrey, and then let's read Jeffrey's job description. We want to make this applicable to Jeffrey. So here's what he does. Develop, execute, and so what we're going to do is we're going to see what he does and see if any of these go hand in hand with one of these pain points: reduce costs, scale, gain happier employees, and protect data. Let's see. All right, so I found a few things that in his job description that kind of match what we're looking for. We're going to go with, because it's going to probably be the easiest to tie back to him, we're going to go with, as we can see, they need to gain happier employees. So does he have anything that has to do with that? And so we can look right here: fostered a culture of collaboration and innovation, delivered leadership training on feedback company-wide, and is consulted as a leader and mentor by individuals across the company. So he's obviously someone who means a lot to the company. He has a little bit of say within, as far as culture goes. He definitely is a big piece of that for this company. And the cherry on top, which again, as my student, this is exactly what I would say to the company that I'm interviewing at. I'll say I'm also targeting Jeffrey because I see he does have experience evaluating external partners and vendors. He managed vendors' relationships, contracts, and service level agreements. So because of that, because I know he has experience doing that, one, he's going to be a bit easier to work with as far as our sales process goes. He's going to be able to tell us who we need to talk to, how we need to get it done, how long it's going to take, what steps we're going to have to go to. He's obviously not someone who's very low level because he has his hands in this. How much does he have? How much say does he have? How much pull does he have? We don't know. At the end of the day, he's a director, which is a good title, but he's not a VP or a C-level contact. But we're going to go with Jeffrey, and we see this on his LinkedIn. So I'm going to copy that and insert. So that's one thing. Let's see. Was there anything else? And then again, we have this, but we're not really I don't think we'll hit on this, but that could still be good. So we've got these from LinkedIn. So how do we draft the subject line? What are we going after here? So we're going after gaining happier employees. So this is kind of what we're hitting on in our email. And we've got a lot of good stuff in here from that. Now, what I always like to do is I like to see, is there anything else I can find out about a person? Because as a BDR or as Jeffrey, he has a ton of BDRs reaching out to him all the time, and they're always sending him generic stuff. They're not sending him anything personalized. They're not taking the time to do that. So if I'm sending him something that is extremely personalized, odds are I'll probably get a response. So what can I look at that seems extremely personalized? We know he's worked at Snapchat. We know he's worked at all of those cool Netflix, Tinder, Twitter. He's done all of those. What I like to see with this one is he's a leader. How can we show him, hey, we've actually done research on you. I believe what I'm typing to you, because that's important. We want them to believe that we believe what we're saying. So I'm going to look and see, does he have any recommendations? Has anybody said anything about him on LinkedIn? So let's view his LinkedIn profile. And if you go to the bottom, it'll show you, where are we? So that's cool. He was a keynote speaker for different events for Snapchat and for Tinder. Let's see if he has any. So here we go. He's received recommendations. Let's see if he's given any. So he's given some there a while back. He received one very recently. So this is perfect. This is really good. So he received one from this guy. Forgive me if I mispronounce it. I think his name is Yang Ming. And he's basically saying, I'm incredibly thankful for Jeffrey's mentorship. His knack for explaining complex IT strategies, blah, 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 is truly impressive. excels at coaching and fostering an innovative, safe environment for his team. His thoughtful approach to conflict resolution and diligent management of third-party vendors have set a high standard. This is like literally the perfect person to go after. Like, this is perfect. He deals with vendors, who is what our company is. If we're reaching out to him and trying to sell something to him, he's got all of this good stuff about how he's a great leader. He promotes good workplace environment. This is perfect. So what we're actually going to do is, for our subject line, I'm going to put your recommendation from, and it looked like the guy's name was Yang Ming. Okay, so we're going to use him. So we're going to say your recommendation from Yang Ming. And this is good. Like, almost 100% sure. If he sees this email, it doesn't go to the spam folder, he is opening this. Guaranteed. He's going to think, okay, does he know Yang? Has Yang said something to him about me personally? Is this through LinkedIn? What is he talking about? So this is perfect. And so this is going to be our body. So this is going to be the subject line for all of these emails, because we're going to type the first email. The next one is going to be a reply. So we're sending the same email 3 times. We're just replying to the email. So what we're going to do is body. This is what it's going to look like. Jeffrey, just saw your recent recommendation, or no, just saw the recommendation that your colleague Yang Ming left for you on LinkedIn last month. Because again, this was literally like 3 or 4 weeks ago. So this is perfect. This is so fresh. Just saw the recommendation that your colleague Yang Ming left for you on LinkedIn last month. Safe to say, or no, what I will say is, let's see. Just saw the recommendation, and then I'll say, it is awesome to see how much you care about your colleagues and employees at, what is this, at Docker. Clearly, company culture matters to you, and you are crushing it. So that's our intro. That's enough to get him to keep reading. He loves it. So this is really good. And so now we've got to figure out how to bridge this into our value statement. And again, what we do is we gain happier employees. So this company, Docker, they've already got a list of companies that are in this space, that are in software development. So we're going to call them not Docker. The company that we're prospecting for already has companies in this space that are similar to Docker. And so we're going to call them Peer A and Peer B. And so these are the companies that we're already working with that could be considered peers, or they're in the same industry as Docker. So I would choose the 2 best names that we're already working for that are in this space that would make sense to Jeffrey if we reached out to him. And I'm going to say Peer A and Peer B, so the 2 companies that we're working with, turned to us at brand name. So this is the company that we're interviewing at right now. Peer A and Peer B turned to us at brand name because they were committed to fostering a healthy. So we can actually use his words right here. So he's already said, we're speaking his language. Fostered a culture of collaboration and innovation. This is what matters to him. This is the language he speaks. This is what resonates to him. So we're going to literally copy these words. Peer A and Peer B turned to us because they were committed to fostering a culture of collaboration and innovation. And they knew we could help we could streamline this process for them. So remember, they're also trying to scale rapidly. So this means our company, we streamline processes, we help out, we make things more efficient, we make things easier. And they knew we would streamline this process for them, given our work in the software development space for the past X amount of years. So if it's been 8 years, 10 years, 12 years, X years. So now all we're going to do is we see clearly company culture matters to you and you are crushing it. And then we can say, I saw on your LinkedIn that you typically handle vendor relationships. So I figured I would reach out. So I figured I would see, let's see. Here's what we do. I saw on your LinkedIn that you typically handle vendor relationships for Docker. So I thought you would be interested in hearing our approach. Open to connecting. You always want to do, so if today's Monday, you would say Tuesday or Wednesday. You want to do the next 2 days. So today is Sunday. We're gonna send this on Monday. So I'd say open to connecting tomorrow or Wednesday. And then I forget the statistics, but putting a PS significantly increases your reply rate. So we're actually going to use a nugget from his LinkedIn. And we saw a really cool one right here that he's worked at Snapchat, Netflix, Twitter, and Tinder. PS, super cool that you have held positions at Snapchat, Tinder, Netflix, and I forget what the other one was, and Twitter. Perfect. So this is the first email. This is a really, really good email. Like legitimately, I think he would. If I sent him this email, I genuinely think he would respond. So we got email 1 right there. Email 2, again, this is just a reply to this email. Subject line. All right. And as we can remember, we know that this company was experiencing a 30% growth because that's something that we looked at. So we're going to say, Jeffrey, awesome to see that Docker has experienced a 30% growth in new employees over the past year. Given your growth, I am sure given your growth, I bet ensuring your new employees adapt to the company culture and strengthen it is a priority. Makes sense. If you're growing headcount and culture matters to you, and we can help gain happier employees, then there we go. I bet ensuring your new employees, we'll see, are happy and adjusting is important to you. So there we go. And this is going to be a short email. I prefer to do shorter emails. They're going to get read. Long emails typically don't get read. Short videos typically get seen. Long videos typically don't. Unfortunately, this is a long video. So awesome to see that Docker has experienced 30% growth in new employees over the past year. Given your growth, I bet ensuring your new employees are happy and adjusting to Docker is important to you. We helped peer, the peer from here, so peer A and peer B when they were in a similar spot. Interested in hearing more. Perfect. So that's a really good email. So again, this is the first email. We probably waited 2 days. We replied to this email with this email. And then email 3. Again, subject line, Jeffrey, your recommendation from Yang Ming. So what can we put here? We got to be a little bit creative. We don't want to bore them. We don't want to be super boring or anything like that. Let's think. Jeffrey, your recommendation from Yang Ming. Let's see. We're going to say, hi, Jeffrey. I'm curious to, no, I don't think that's good. Let's think. So we've already given them something really, really good up here. A lot of personalized nuggets on him. Right here, super, super good. What can we do here? So we can always do personal research on him. This video is running a little bit longer, so we're going to go on the shorter end. So what we're going to do is, let's see. So the easiest thing we can do that'll be quick is we can go to his LinkedIn and we can see if he's posted something recently. So we'll hit view all activity. We can see 2 days ago he shared something. So this is about leadership, really good. This is a great brief on the importance of disagree and commit. So what we're going to do is, hi Jeffrey, just saw your post on the importance of, what was it called? Disagree and commit on LinkedIn from last week. Clearly, you are responsible for maintaining a positive culture at Docker, and it looks like you are doing a great job. I would love to share with you how we are helping directors, how we're helping your peers ensure their employees are happy with their work, feel fulfilled, and love what they do. Are you open to connecting Monday or Tuesday about this? And then so we would send that. That would be perfect. And then just as a bonus, I would do one more email. I would just do email 4. And I would do, again, same subject line. And it would be subject line, Jeffrey, recommendation from Yang Ming. And the body would literally be, Jeffrey, did you see this? This email is short. It makes people open it. It makes people respond to it. I like using it as like my 4th or 5th touch, and it works very, very well. So that's exactly what I would do. So that's how we would do all of this. That took me about 30 minutes to do. If I was applying at this company, I feel like I would get hired like very, very easily. I'm hoping that my student does get hired. Based on this, I don't see any way that any other BDR puts forth the amount of work that this would take to get this job. So I feel very good about my student getting this. We're feeling awesome. So how would we cold call? It's very simple. We're just repurposing these emails. So for example, I would call him. I would say, Jeffrey, I saw your recommendation from Yang Ming on your LinkedIn last week. It seems like, looking through your LinkedIn, it seems like you go out of your way to ensure that Docker has extremely happy employees. You love, it seems like you're all about culture. You love what you do, and you want to make sure that your colleagues love what they do as well. I actually work with your peers at List the First Company, List the Second Company, and they use our company to essentially ensure their employees are happy, love what they do, and they're doing a great job. It seems like this is very important to you. I would love to share more about it. Are you open to connecting for a few minutes, maybe on maybe Tuesday or Wednesday? That's exactly how I would cold call. And if you called this person, good chance you book the meeting because he seems very interested in it. This is a great lead. So that's exactly how I would do all of this. It's very simple. And yeah, so if you've watched all of this video, congratulations. I feel like, and I hope you definitely learned a lot through this. But this was one of those long videos that it's not a motivational video. It's just a video about the nitty gritty of BDR work and how we can make a lot of money. So if you watched this long, thank you so much. I'm glad that you did. If you ever want personalized help similar to this, I've got a link in the video, in this description, for you to work with me directly. And I can do stuff like this for you as well, help you get a job, help you make some money, hopefully. So if you have any questions, let me know. Drop a comment below, and I'll talk to you later.